Good morning. I came here for my US citizenship test.
Good morning. Can I have your appointment notice and state ID, please?
Sure. Here you go.
I need to take your picture and scan your fingerprints right here. Can you please move one step closer and look at the camera in front of you?
Sure.
Now can you please place your left index finger on the scanner?
Sure.
Okay. Everything is perfect. Take your notice and ID back with you and wait for your turn. The officer should be here in a moment.
Thank you.
Alma Mendoza?
Yes. That's me.
Hi, I am Officer Pierre Richard, and I will conduct your naturalization interview today.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, officer.
Please follow me. How are you doing today?
It's great, thank you. And how about you?
I am good too. Thank you for asking. Please give me your USCIS appointment notice with your state ID.
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you very much. How long did it take you to get here?
It took 30 minutes to get here.
Did you come here voluntarily?
Yes, I did. I've been looking forward to this day.
How long have you been waiting for me?
I have been waiting for about 1 hour.
I am sorry to have kept you waiting.
No worries, officer.
Do you understand why you are here today?
Yes, I am here for my citizenship interview.
Why do you want to become a U.S. citizen?
Because I believe in the form of government and want to vote.
How are you eligible to become a United States citizen?
I have been a lawful permanent resident for over 3 years.
How did you get here today?
My husband drove me here.
Do you have any physical disability or mental impairment that prevents you from demonstrating your knowledge and understanding any part or question of the naturalization exam?
No.
Okay. Did you have any trouble finding our building?
No, officer, it was quite easy.
Do you have any questions before we start?
No, I don't.
Do you need to use the restroom before we start?
No, I am fine, thank you for asking.
Do you feel well prepared for your interview today?
Yes, I do.
That's great. Please let me know if any of your answers have changed since submitting your application.
Sure.
If you do not understand any question, feel free to ask me to repeat it.
Okay.
Are you ready for your interview?
Yes, officer, I am ready.
Before the interview, I will place you under oath. Will you please stand up and raise your right hand? Do you solemnly affirm that the statements you are about to make will be the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Please put down your hand and take a seat.
Thank you, officer.
Do you know what you just promised?
Yes, officer. I promise to tell the truth.
Do you know what take an oath means?
It's a public promise that I have to do truthfully.
What is name exactly as it appears on your permanent resident card?
Alma Mendoza.
Please spell your last name.
Mendoza.
Can you please verify your date of birth?
It's September 2nd, 1996.
On what date did you become a permanent resident?
I became a lawful permanent resident on November 5th, 2017.
Okay. Can you verify your social security number, please?
173180101.
Have you used any other name since your birth?
No.
Do you want to change your name legally?
No.
What country were you born in?
I was born in the Philippines.
Where do you currently live?
8211 West Main Street, Corning, Arizona.
Where else have you lived the last 5 years?
I have been living at the same address since last 5 years.
Do you still live in the same place since you've applied for citizenship?
Yes.
Have you lived in another address before?
No.
How many years have you lived at your current home address?
I have been living at the same address since I became a lawful permanent resident.
Were your parents married before your 18th birthday?
No.
Where do your parents live now?
In the Philippines.
Okay. Are either of your parents US citizens?
No.
How did you get your green card?
My husband petitioned for me.
Are you currently single, married, divorced, or widowed?
I am married.
Have you had any previous marriages?
No.
What is your spouse's legal status in the United States?
He is a US citizen.
On what date did you get married?
On December 12, 2016.
What is your current spouse's full name and date of birth?
His full name is Jose Mario Bello Pineda, and date of birth is July 8, 1990.
How many times has your present spouse been married?
Twice.
On what date did your current husband's marriage with his prior wife end?
January 5, 2015.
Do you currently have with you your husband's divorce decree from his prior marriage?
Yes, I do have. Here you are.
Thank you. What is the name of your husband's ex-wife, and what's her date of birth?
Her name was Maria Cruz Santos, and date of birth was November 16, 1994.
Have you taken any trips outside the U.S. in the last 5 years?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No.
Now we will go over your N400 application. If you do not understand a question, feel free to ask me to repeat it. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
Do you understand what oath of allegiance is?
A promise to be loyal to the United States.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes, of course.
Do you understand what civilian direction means?
The guidance by non-military personnel.
Give me an example to perform work of national importance.
To help with a major emergency like a fire, flood, or earthquake.
Okay. If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes, of course.
What does bear arms mean?
To own or use a gun.
Do you understand the meaning of bearing arms on behalf of the United States?
To carry and use weapons, on behalf of the United States as per law.
Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States?
Yes, I do.
What does the Constitution mean?
It is the supreme law of the land.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes, of course.
What are non-combatant services?
Assist the military without engaging in fighting.
Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes, of course.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help or otherwise participate in an insurgent organization?
No.
What is insurgent organization?
A group who fights against a government.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated, either directly or indirectly, with the Communist Party?
No, never.
Do you now have, or did you ever have a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country?
No.
What is hereditary title?
A royal title, such as prince or princess.
Have you ever advocated, either directly or indirectly, the overthrow of any government by force or violence?
No.
Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No.
What does it mean to file a tax return?
To send tax paperwork to the government.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated either directly or indirectly with a terrorist organization?
No, never.
What is a terrorist organization?
An organization that uses violence against people.
Were you ever involved in any way with badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose?
No.
Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States, or in any other location in the world?
No.
Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
What does owe taxes means?
Owe any money to the government.
Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way?
No, officer.
What does claim to be a U.S. citizen mean?
To state that I am a U.S. citizen.
Do you understand the meaning of have you ever?
In my lifetime.
Did you ever sell, give or provide weapons to any person, or help another person to sell, give or provide weapons to any person?
No, never.
Were you ever involved in any way with genocide?
No.
What is genocide?
To kill a whole race.
Were you ever involved in any way with killing or trying to kill someone?
No, never.
Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No, never.
Do you know what legally incompetent means?
Can't make any decision as per law because of mental problem.
Are you a female who lived in the United States at any time between your 18th and 26th birthdays?
No, officer.
Were you ever involved in any way with not letting someone practice his or her religion?
No, never.
What does religion mean?
A belief in God.
Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
No.
What does it mean to commit a crime?
To do something that breaks the law.
Were you ever involved in any way with torture?
No.
Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States?
No.
What does register to vote mean?
To sign up to vote.
Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed on probation, or been paroled?
No.
What is probation?
To report to an officer on a regular basis, instead of a jail time.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help or otherwise participate in a militia?
No.
What is militia?
An army who does not work for a government.
Have you called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No.
What is non-U.S. resident?
A person who does not live in the U.S.
Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time?
No.
Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States?
No.
Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason?
No, never.
Do you understand the meaning of cited?
Given a ticket by the police.
Have you ever persecuted, either directly or indirectly, any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion?
No.
What does persecute mean?
To hurt someone badly.
Have you ever sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics?
No.
Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed on probation, or been paroled?
No.
What does parole mean?
Early release of a prisoner.
Have you ever been a prostitute, or procured anyone for prostitution?
No, never.
What does it mean to procure?
To find someone to do something.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense?
No.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated either directly or indirectly with any other totalitarian party?
No.
What does totalitarian party mean?
Government controls everything, and people have no power.
Did you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training?
No.
Have you ever been ordered removed, excluded, or deported from the United States?
No.
Have you ever been in jail or prison?
No, never.
Have you ever helped anyone to enter, or try to enter the United States illegally?
No, never.
Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
What does it mean to avoid being drafted?
To prevent being selected as a soldier.
Have you ever been charged with committing, attempting to commit, or assisting in committing a crime or offense?
No.
Have you ever failed to support your dependents, or to pay alimony?
No.
What is alimony?
Pay money to an ex-spouse after a divorce, as per court order.
Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information, or documentation, that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
No, never.
Have you ever married someone, in order to obtain an immigration benefit?
No.
What is immigration benefit?
An advantage that is related to immigration.
Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings, including administratively closed proceedings, currently pending against you?
No.
Have you ever been placed in an alternative sentencing, or a rehabilitative program?
No.
What does an alternative sentencing mean?
A different way to punish.
Have you ever made any misrepresentation, to obtain any public benefit in the United States?
No, never.
What is public benefit?
Government programs that provide assistance to the public.
Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials, to gain entry or admission into the United States, or gain immigration benefits in the United States?
No, never.
What is immigration benefit?
An advantage that is related to immigration.
Have you ever applied for any kind of exemption from military service in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Have you ever been a habitual drunkard?
No.
Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings?
No.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to the reading and writing portions, to test your ability to read and write English. First, we'll start with the reading portion. Please look at the tablet in front of you, and read the sentence out loud for me. You need to get 1 out of 3 sentences correct to pass. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Please read this sentence.
Sorry, I cannot read this sentence. Would you please let me have another one?
Okay. Please read this sentence.
Sorry, I cannot read this sentence. Would you please let me have another one?
Okay. But you must need to read this sentence to pass your naturalization test. Otherwise, you will be failed. Please read this sentence.
Where is the White House?
Congratulations. You have passed your reading test.
Wow. Thank you, officer.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to the writing portion. I want you to write the sentence down on the tablet that I'm going to say out loud. You need to get 1 out of 3 sentences correct to pass. Okay?
Okay.
Please write this sentence. George Washington was the first president.
Would you please say that once again?
Okay. Please write this sentence. George Washington was the first president. Correct. Congratulations. You've passed the English reading and writing test.
Thank you, officer.
Now we will start with the civics test. In the civics portion, I will ask you up to 10 questions. However, if you answer 6 correctly, I will stop. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay. What ocean is on the east coast of the United States?
Pacific Ocean.
Sorry, your answer is wrong. Let's try next one. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did?
Freed the slaves.
Very good. Your answer is correct. What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States?
Freedom of religion. Freedom of speech.
Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Would you please say that once again?
Okay. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
What major event happened on September 11, 2001 in the United States?
Terrorists attacked the United States.
What did Susan B. Anthony do?
Fought for women's rights.
Very good. Your answer is correct. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted?
July 4, 1776.
Great job. You passed the civics test. Congratulations. You have passed the interview.
Wow. Thank you, officer.